With so much of the Earth's natural spaces being occupied by humans, some species have become exceedingly rare, so rare that at times it seems that they have disappeared entirely. Searches for elusive animals often turn up nothing as human disturbance scares them away. But with the invention of the camera trap, animals that are normally spooked by human presence have been easier to find. In this episode, you'll see a mysterious saola, the gharial, the black and rufous elephant shrew, and other rarest animals in the world. Let's start with saola. In 1992 in Vietnam, the skull of an odd animal was found by ecologists in a hunter's home. It had two long backward-facing horns, and the scientists were certain it must be a new species. An expedition into Vu Quang National Park managed to discover and describe the saola for the first time. Despite looking like an antelope, the saola is actually a species of bovine, and they're considered one of the rarest mammals in the world. In 1993, several attempts to keep them in captivity were made, but each ended with the animals dying within months, sometimes even only weeks. Since 2010, the saola has only been recorded once, when it was caught on a camera trap in 2013, which was the last known sighting of a saola, as the species hasn't been documented in the last 10 years. Because of how elusive the species is, almost nothing is known about their behavior and ecology. This species only inhabits the Annamite range of Vietnam, and its population is estimated to be as high as 750. Many scientists believe that it's more likely that there are only a few dozen left in the world. The gharial is a unique crocodilian native to the Indian subcontinent. It is distinguished by its long, narrow snout. They are critically endangered, with habitat destruction and fishing pressures being significant threats. Gharials are fish eaters, playing an essential role in aquatic ecosystems. Conservation efforts include habitat restoration, protection measures, and captive breeding programs. The gharial survival depends on the conservation of the river ecosystems it inhabits. The vaquita is the world's rarest marine mammal, discovered in 1958 and driven to near extinction since then. With large gray fins and a dark ring around its eyes, this porpoise is recognizable immediately, though it will quickly swim away when approached. Due to being drowned in nets used by illegal fishing operations in the Gulf of California, the vaquita has been reduced to a population of around 30 individuals and seems likely to go extinct before most people ever get to see one. The elephant shrew has a very unusual appearance, with the body of a mouse and the head of a miniaturized anteater. Unfortunately, he notes that the shrew's population has shrunk rapidly due to significant habitat loss, and it probably won't be all that long until it disappears entirely. Approximately 13,000 total elephant shrews still exist along 19 different subspecies in the world. This creature is one of the fastest small mammals, having been recorded to reach speeds of 28.8 kilometers per hour. Although mostly diurnal and very active, they are difficult to trap and very seldom seen. Elephant shrews are wary, well camouflaged, and adept at dashing away from threats. Elephant shrews mainly eat insects, spiders, centipedes, millipedes, and earthworms. An elephant shrew uses its nose to find prey and uses its tongue to flick small food into its mouth, much like an anteater. To encounter our next guest in wild nature, you'd need to go to the Congo, nowhere else. Okapis inhabit deep rainforests in the north and the east of the country, known as the forest giraffe. The okapi looks more like a cross between a deer and a zebra. With its white and black striped hindquarters and front legs, an okapi looks like it must be related to zebras, but it is actually the only living relative of the giraffe. Okapis are essentially solitary, coming together only to breed. They inhabit canopy forests at altitudes of 1,500 meters, feeding on tree leaves and buds, grasses, ferns, fruits, and fungi. Okapis are classified as endangered. Major threats include habitat loss due to logging and human settlement. Illegal mining and extensive hunting for bushmeat and skin have also led to a decline in populations. Silky anteaters, also known as the pygmy anteater, are the smallest living anteaters and have proportionately shorter faces and larger crania than other species. It's 17.7 inches long and leads a night way of life and doesn't argue with anyone. It's a kind creature from the rainforest you'd wish to hold in your hands. Black and rufous elephant shrew. You know, nothing comes to your mind first to describe this creature. The thing is that whatever you look at, there's something new and unique. This beast reaches 12 inches long and weighs less than 18 ounces. It also has a unique nice and small muzzle with proboscis. It eats insects such as beetles, termites, and centipedes, using its proboscis to dig them from the soil and its tongue to lick them up. It is native to the lowland Montane and dense forests of Kenya and Tanzania. And because of his attractiveness and strange appearance, recently several zoos have begun breeding this elephant shrew, including 7 in Europe. The black-spotted cuscus is a frightening-looking little bugger with vertical pupils and arched front claws. Only found in New Guinea, the cuscus has sadly been driven to the brink of extinction due to hunting pressures and deforestation. While exact population numbers are not available, the species is listed as rare and has been critically endangered since 2010, in some cases extirpated completely from its territory. Black-spotted cuscuses primarily use their tails for grasping. They are naked at the tip, and the underside of the tails are streaked with calluses for ease of picking up items such as food. And now we have reached the most interesting photo that I found in a closed forum. The picture author assures that he personally shot this strange snake somewhere not far away from the Amazon, shared the materials with scientists, and didn't receive a clear answer. What do you think? What could it be? Please share your thoughts below in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Here in my channel, I try to make nature-related content that's both entertaining and educational. If you like this kind of content, then please consider helping out the channel by liking the video, leaving a comment, or even subscribing. I really appreciate your support. See you very soon with a new episode.